So I have a question about personality. It seems that when people are born, they are born with a personality. Of course. And then their personality gets formed or changed as they go through experiences in their lives, and their parents certainly have an effect on their personality. And my question is that true? Are we born with personalities, and do we choose that personality? And then, so that's part one.
Well, let's start there, because how do you define a personality? Behavior?
Yes, behavior, attitude,
and
temperament.
What do you think would be the base components of those things?
The base components.
In other words, if everyone is coming from non-physical, and you're coming with deliberate intent, is it possible that you could come with intention to be varied? Because if everyone were exactly the same, then there wouldn't be anything for anyone to play off of. And it's the playing off of one another that makes it so much fun.
So it's the contrast.
So the question that we want to put to you, do you think it's possible that the variance of those who are being born could all come from pure positive energy? In other words, it could be all good feeling, just different.
Yes.
That's the way you saw it from non-physical, because you weren't judging yourself or anyone else in your differences. But that introduction into the melting pot began almost as soon as you got here, because so many who were here before you got here had already decided to define you as good and better and worse and bad. And it's a rare one of you who really was able to maintain the momentum of your well-being when you were faced with the misunderstanding of the masses who surround you. So how does that feel? Sounds like things are pretty screwed up, doesn't it? Why would I be born into such an environment where the odds of me maintaining my well-being aren't that great? And we say, because you knew you had a guidance system, you knew you would find your way. And out of it, you knew that you would be able to discern and form a personality that would be uniquely you. So we would say you weren't born with a personality, you were born with the intention of creating it. Oh. Instead of a personality, let's call it your persona. And let's call it ever-changing, evolving.
Yeah.
Your ever-changing, evolving persona.
What about non-physical? When you seem to have a persona, Abraham has a persona. I would say very...
And what is at the basis of it? In other words, if you were to define it in a handful of ways, how would you define it? Steady, stubborn,
funny,
seeking of fun. Knowing that there's nothing serious going on makes that possible. Knowing that you can't get it wrong, and that you never get it done, and that it's all unfolding and it's all of value. So when you see someone, now you want to say, that person really has a wonderful evolving persona.
I like that.
Yeah. No one will get it, so don't say it out loud. But if you understand it, then you don't hold them to old standards. Then you let them evolve, you see. It's such an interesting thing how you define someone as that's who you are, and then you must always be that. I need you to always be that. When what you're really wanting to do is let people be flexible. Don't you just love it when someone behaves completely out of character with who they are, and it's even better than anything that you ever experienced before?
Yes.
You know you've really got a good party going when people begin to behave apart from that which they've ever been before. When you actually get to see right before your eyes momentum taking them to new places. And we're not talking about the drunken parties you've been having. That's not what we're talking about.
Because I have a story about my own personality, and I've been thinking, okay, why do I continue this story when, you know, I could evolve and I could change. My story is that I'm shy and I'm introverted, and I think it holds me back from
Of course it
a
does,
lot.
because that's the momentum that you keep perpetuating.
Right.
And so as you've got that momentum going, then others, you see, someone with a very clear vibration could overcome that vibration with you. But most of you don't have the benefit of running into those people. You dominate the vibrational sphere around you, most of the time. If someone can hold you as their object of attention and love you unconditionally and see you as you really are, not as you are performing in any moment in time, then you could be inspired or influenced to something else. But it usually doesn't happen. And we are really not proponents of anyone waiting around for someone to inspire you into alignment, although it is nice when it happens. We would much rather inspire you into not giving a rip, because in that alignment you'll be happy more of the time, and those around you will fare better also. Yeah. So where does personality and behavior, how does this all fit together? What about consideration? What about inconsideration? What if those around you are focused singularly on what's best for them? How does that work out for you? If they're just pleasing themselves and no one's working to harmonize, how's it going to work out? Or let us ask you this question: is it going to work out? How? How can it work out for the best if there are a variety of intentions and nobody's considering anybody else? They're just selfishly focused upon their own personal source energy intentions. Are you saying that at the heart of what everyone wants are similar intentions, and that if everyone were selfish enough to find alignment with that, then everything would go really well? You're really smart. Yeah. Something more?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.